It's me.
Yeah, she's back. All right.
And
it's Whiskey News.
And it's Whiskey News.
All right. Cue theme song. All right. Well, I'm Kevin, and my beautiful co-host is back, Doriana. All right. Everybody missed her last week.
Yay! My back isn't broken all the way.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. She's able to do some moving around. Thank you for the people that were, questioning me in real life about her and making sure she's doing okay. She's doing a lot better now. As you can see, her smiling face is back, and we're back for another week of whiskey. All right. This week we'll probably be trying a dry week. Doesn't mean we're not going to be here Saturday. It just means the dry week will end on Saturday. And this week, we have what we were going to do last week, but things changed around. We've got Evan Williams Bottled and Bond, and I'm going to go over all what that is, but this is a $15.50 bottle of whiskey. Doesn't even have a cork. So you're thinking right off the bat, oh man, this isn't good. But as you'll come to see, well, if you have my taste at least, this is probably the best price to taste ratio. Yeah, that at least I've tried right yet. For $15, I'm going to go ahead and get my suggestion out of the way early and say, get a bottle of it and try.
And I'm going to have a smaller glass.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to lower my alcohol intake.
Well, that's fine.
But it's very nice to be back. I haven't had whiskey in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Had a little last night. It was very fun.
Just to make sure everything still worked,
Just to make sure, but
so I'm
excited to try this again. This has been a while since we've had this.
Mm-hmm.
We've been going through a lot of, like Elijah Craig, we've been drinking for a while.
Yeah, we've gotten a few things that we haven't tried lately. Another Evan Williams release here. We got some Bullet Bourbon, some stuff that we got to try, and we're going to be bringing some reviews sooner or later.
But this is like seriously one of my favorites. It hasn't gotten old. It doesn't feel like it gets overpowered. It's not too light. It's pretty much like a perfect middle of what you would want from a lot of alcohol.
This has got spices. It's got sweetness. It's got the honey caramel. It's got. I mean, to me this is a great. Yeah, I mean, well, this is probably one of the spiciest bourbons.
That's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like it's very spicy. It's like it doesn't burn your throat.
No, but
but it has that spicy, like actual spice aroma.
Yeah, you get a lot of cinnamon out of this. This is almost as, I think I said it before. Let's give it a little taste.
I like to blow out. Like, I don't know if people think I'm like, oh, it burns, but it burns a little bit.
That did something, yeah.
But yeah, I like to blow air out after I take a drinking because it aerates your mouth and opens up the taste quicker than if you left your mouth closed.
To me, this is like you've got your Fireball whiskeys that are your designated cinnamon whiskey. This is if you wanted to try a good version of that. And don't let me. I'm not
the Fireball. You were like, fuck you.
I'm not downplaying Fireball. There are people that like it and drink it, but to me, it doesn't taste good.
This is like if you're trying to get a fancy Fireball experience. This is your.
And this costs less than Fireball.
Way less, and I think you get more Fireball.
No, they're all 750 milliliter bottles, yeah.
And I feel like this will last you longer because everyone, I don't know if it's a Fireball thing or if it's because it's like candy to you, but you go through it faster because it's like that. And then also, I just want to get it down. Like, so I'll drink it and then I won't really realize I'm drinking so much. Like, when you savor it, you probably drink less because you're taking more time.
I mean, this whiskey just has no right to be this good for being $50 or $15. This is better than some $30 whiskeys.
Yeah, definitely.
At least to me, like I said, taste is very subjective. Each person is going to try things that they like. You might try this and you might not like it, but for $15, I'm going to tell you to buy it and try it because this is a great. If you want a little glass every day and you don't want to spend money on it, this is great because you're going to get lots of flavor. You're going to get great smells from it. And like I said, to me, this is the bang for your buck.
I mean, we were just talking about affordability last night, and 1792 is 30.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not worth that for me.
No.
And like if that was 20, I'd think, okay, that's reasonable. But next to this, I'm definitely just gonna get this. This is way better. I mean, 1792 might not even make it to another buy, ever. I mean, the bottle is what I wanted
we'll have to buy it
really.
for the review, and we'll see. Then we might end up.
It
liking
has
it enough.
a walnutty flavor, I feel like.
Well, we're not reviewing that today.
Right. Spoiler alert.
I know, you're spoiling the next review. Let's go ahead and learn a bit about this, because we've got a few things to go over.
You want to read this first?
Well, you can, if you want to,
It'd be funny if it's like...
Well, it's actually, that's going to be what I'm going, but I have more to explain about it.
Yeah, so Evan Williams set up his distillery on the banks of the Ohio River in 1783 and is historically recognized as Kentucky's first distiller of bourbon. This special bottle and bond bourbon is a genuine sour mash that honors his pioneering heritage. And it has some more information on this other side. But that's nice. You can get some history just off of the bottle.
I don't know about that. It says what? 1890... Oh, no. Yeah, wrong side. He originally set up his distillery in 1783. I don't know about that, because it says that the distillery wasn't, at least up on Wikipedia. This is where I'm getting most of my Wikipedia. It's where I'm getting most of my info from. But it says that the distillery wasn't actually founded until 1935, right after Prohibition had been upheld.
Well, they might mean that he.
And it might have been before Prohibition.
That he set it up. It doesn't mean it started.
Yeah.
They might just be going farther back to be like flex on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. He had this in the...
That's true. I don't know. But yeah, they bottle their stuff in Bardstown, Kentucky, and it's by the Heaven Hill Distillery. And a fun fact, Heaven Hill Distillery also makes Elijah Craig.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and that's a big favorite of ours.
And they're very similar.
Yeah.
Like, these are very... The single barrel vintage is closer to the Elijah Craig small batch.
Yeah.
And the barrel proof is kind of, I don't know, on another level.
That's a whole... I wonder if Evan Williams has a barrel proof. I'm not 100% sure. This is the second... biggest seller, not this bottle in particular, their black label is the second biggest selling whiskey in America. I think behind Jim Beam.
I was going to say Jack Daniels.
Yeah, a lot of people think Jack Daniels, but Jack Daniels fallen off, I think, in the last
interesting.
so long. But a big thing about this is it's the Evan Williams bottled in bond. And you might be thinking, what is a bottled in bond? Because you may have seen other bottles, different brands say bottled in bond on them. And that means a few things. Because of, I wrote out rampant shenanigans, and that's basically what it was.
I love
in the business before 1897, when the Bottle and Bond Act was created. I mean, there was some rampant shenanigans. There were people that were watering down their product, coloring it with iodine and tobaccos, adding tobacco to their whiskey just for coloring, because, you know, I want this color.
Right.
And I didn't get it because I
just want the dark
they
liquor.
They might even put it in a barrel for a day, and then they start selling it. You're not even going to get color after a day, but if you add iodine to it, but there was just
real crookery. People
were poisoning each other's whiskey as you're traveling by cart with it.
Iodine can poison people if it's not at the right level.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So there was just a lot of crookery and shenanigans. Yeah, crookery and shenanigans going on. So the government passed this, and to incentivize people to get on it, they gave you tax breaks if you participated. So there was a number of distilleries that actually fought with the government to get this passed, because tax breaks, all right, I'm making a lot of whiskey, let's get some tax breaks going on.
Of course.
So let's see. So the government, the Bottled and Bond Act made it so the government would oversee the making of participating brands and distilleries. So to be Bottled and Bond, this had to have been distilled in a single season. So from, I think, January to June June to December, something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I didn't write that down. It has to be distilled in a federally bonded warehouse overseen by federal agents.
Really?
Yeah.
Still to this day?
Still to this day.
Wow.
That's how Evan Williams bottled and bond. It's in a separate warehouse that they make this. It has to have been stored in barrels for at least 4 years, and it has to be 50% alcohol by volume, 100% proof.
Interesting.
Or 100 proof. And it must tell you on the bottle, it says it was distilled and bottled by Old Evan Williams Distillery. This says in Louisiana, Kentucky. Oh, and Bardstown, Kentucky. So it tells you multiple places. I got stuff in my book. And it has to be produced in the USA. So it has this stringent list of things that it has to be done by. And some people like that. Some people find it archaic. This was passed in 1897. There's not, there's so much ways to test alcohol now.
I don't know many other substances that are treated that.
No, yeah, even
tobacco isn't.
Cannabis in Oregon isn't regulated like that. They don't have federal agents at distilleries around here, cannabis distilleries.
I get, but with shenanigans of that nature connected to the history, people
and the same thing did happen in the cannabis industry before it got legalized. There was a lot of shenanigans going on. People putting stuff in weed to get it through customs and border agents and stuff like that. So regulation, at least in this case, really helped, because who knows where.
Who could have died?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people.
Well, who else could have died
but,
if it didn't crack down?
Exactly. Yeah. So we thank you, Evan Williams, for
for
bottling this in bond.
Yes. So now we all know. Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. So it's like bottled with no jokes. You know what I mean? No surprises.
Do you want to use the whiskey straw? And
yes, the whiskey straw.
We'll use our coveted whiskey straw. We'll see what we got. I don't think. Oh, you want to do it?
Yes.
Okay. You got to be good at it, though.
Is that good?
Oh, yeah, that's enough. Just dip.
The whole thing?
No, just a little bit.
Doop.
There you go. Well, there's two. That was two. You messed up. And then you got it on the book, man.
I'm perfect. It's just the natures of laws don't, understand me.
All right. So I don't know if I've actually watered this down before or not.
Yeah, this is our first time adding water.
It brings out a lot more of the fruity stuff. Yeah.
Very floral.
Tampered down the spice. Yeah.
Smell more of the alcohol now, but it's still like a fragrant alcohol, even if you're smelling that. It always tastes a little spicier, but a little lighter.
Drop the whiskey straw.
It's very filled with a lot of honey.
Yeah, that got rid of a lot of the spice. Mm-hmm. So you could even if you get it and it's too spicy, add a drop of water and you might.
I always feel like it's just a hint more spicy at first, but then it goes really light. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere as much spice in it. But we got up to.
I'll give you more water.
And YouTube related news, we're up to 12 subscribers now, so thank you once again for subscribing. And the only thing y'all aren't doing is leaving comments on what you want to see next. I mean, we really have no direction at this moment. We're just picking what we want to review. So if you have a suggestion on something that we haven't reviewed yet, just drop us a comment. If you want to tell us if we're doing either a good or a bad job, getting water all over the place, drop us a comment. If
you want to learn anything else about it, maybe there's something we're missing about alcohol and that'd be cool.
Yeah,
we can all learn together.
I like that idea. Anything else you got for this week?
No, this is just a recommendable alcohol in general. I think you should definitely give this a try if you want to.
Probably my highest recommendation so far, just because of the price point and just the product. I mean, it's a very good whiskey. So, all right. Well, we thank you for stopping on by, and Doriana's back. Hopefully, she's back again next week. We'll just have to, see how things go. I got some feedback, said I did okay last week by myself. So at least if things go off the rails again, I'll Maybe I'll clone myself and.
No. Maybe I'll just be here by myself next time when you're not feeling well.
Okay. Well,
and that way they'll balance.
We'll see how that goes. So.
My mom will take over.
Oh man.
So
I'm gonna try my hardest not to get sick, folks. But cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
And remember to love yourself. Clink.
Clink.